Yeah, how's it going, YouTube? Alright, so we are level 36, I think. And our weakest link, I just checked it on Grim Tools before starting this. It is our gloves. So I'm thinking like, I actually think we're gonna craft some gloves and see like what we can end up with. How are the scraps right now? 18 scraps. Do we have like any in the bank? We have like 40 scraps in total. So how about a couple of gloves? Let's see. There's the heavy ones. Costs me about like 1.6k iron bits and 2 scraps per crafts. Actually not that bad. But I think we could get something better. What do I want from my gloves? Something like pierce resistance would be very good actually. Pierce resistance and HP maybe. It's like the third one. I am willing to give away about like maybe 10 crafts or something. So like half of my scraps. I think so. Should be okay. It's terrible. Cold and Frostburn with like cunning and increased armor. Maybe. At least it gives me a little bit of multipliers. Reduced stun duration is interesting. Okay. I think I've crafted enough. We didn't really like get anything good. I don't like them, guys. There was these gloves, like, it is not necessarily the greatest because it doesn't give me like any pierce resistance. But there was the gloves from like the Homestead Reputation that was giving like offensive ability or something. Don't forget to check this NPC as well. Okay, check this guy out. Maybe it's rolled good. 3% offensive ability. I'm just gonna take this, I think. It actually gives like pierce resistance too. This is perfect for me. I didn't realize. Nice. I'm gonna increase like the global volume a little bit. Give me a second. Just completely ruined my keyboard the other day. I don't have controls over it anymore. Take that, put that in. This is perfect. We're having like a little bit of offensive ability issues. Like versus strong units, I think my hit chance is very low. So I should probably commit into like giving some offensive ability clicks, maybe? I wanna go for this. The field command is like increasing my armor by percentage as well. At what stage do you need them at 80%? You probably need them like... He's talking about like the resistances. He's asking like at what stage do you want to like, max them out? Like it comes in tiers. Let's say this is like the first tier, the elemental resistance. I would say that's like the most important one, starting from the beginning of the game. And then afterwards like the other three, the next three adds in. So like poison, pierce and bleed. And then the other 4 comes in the latest. So this is a little, like the game is a little bit more forgiving when it comes to these 4. It will start like closer to Act 4, that you will need to have like high values. Even in Veteran, like it's possible to play without 80%. In Ultimate, you need 80% on everything, otherwise you will most likely die. In Elite, you kind of want to be on the safer side of things. So maybe like the bottom row could be about like 60%, top row definitely 80%. That's what I'm gonna say. But you kind of need like, you know, this is your active mitigation. Like it literally 80% reduces the damage that you take from fire. Like it's stupid to be below that. You know what I mean? You need to be there. Otherwise you're just taking too much damage that you shouldn't. What was the last thing that we have done? We're starting like the right side of Homestead, right? Okay. I'm trying to see like if there's any quests at all that I like left. Stream, let me know like if my volume is lower than the music or something, okay, please. Thanks for the help, by the way, Manu. Yo, how's it going, Naomi? Welcome. Welcome, Sten. Are you going to be farming the Craigs for this character? Yeah, when the time comes, yes, if I can survive up to that point. The game is very difficult compared to V4, so I don't know if we can survive, we'll see. Hey, Haunted. Maybe some Nightcore for the YouTube? Maybe not. Oh my god. It was worth a shot. Naomi, do you listen to Nightcore like, you know, real talk here? Like, do you just like open it on the background and listen to it? Like, how does that work? Red Death Whistle, right? Let's go say hi. I actually want to like find some piece that is capable of giving me like poison resistance so that like I can make 6-watch instead of the anti-venom salve on my pants. I think that would be a better choice. Hey, Silas. That side is blocked. It's a map bug. Sometimes in League when I troll. So it kind of like motivates you to troll further or something. Listening to Nightcore, that is. Naomi, did you try the new difficulty in Grim Dawn? I don't necessarily know like what I'm doing here. I'm kind of contemplating going to the right side to like search for the cave. Do we burn the witch? Never mind, let's save her. We can end up like finding her in the Coven Refuge later on. What you get for burning her? I'm actually not really sure. I don't know what you lose. I want to say this is a little bit dated. That item doesn't necessarily look that strong. No attract. I don't really play Diablo 2 and its mods. This has been like an awkward layout. You seeing this? So we were supposed to go that way there. It's pretty strict. Quite lucky that I ended up like finding the binding as well over there. That's insane.
9 months, still no decent content.
I fucking hate you, Chris. Thank you very much for the 9 months, dude. I appreciate it. We need to find the like farmers or whatever to say right over here, yeah. I think otherwise we're pretty much golden here. I even got like the devotion. I did check out the build with the devotions and stuff like earlier on what we were doing, just like catch back. It's been a couple of days that I didn't play. Been completely like consumed by the TFT, teamfight tactics. It's completely day and night grinding that and ranked. Actually considering doing some YouTube content for it too. Small stuff. But yeah, we are going to be going into the Jackal to like bait the behemoth on the bottom because it requires some dreads, but it's gonna like bait that back later on after completing it. It'll take a while though. Oh yeah, there's this guy that we didn't kill, right? It's not that it's necessary with this one though. Ah, he might still be on the next cluster somewhere around here. Let me see. Yeah, he's right over here in fact. This guy is very difficult, isn't he? Oh, maybe not. Very susceptible to being frozen. Just half of the time he's frozen. Hey, one more fanatic overcoat. It's the one that we're using right now. It's the chest piece. Look. Maybe this is like a better roll, not really. I did check. Gave it a chance. It's not it. Yo, what's up, Jesper? Naomi's like, can you gift refunds? What kind of rolls do you look for when farming for like one-hand boss MI for the starting DK? I think you're just looking for like off the Aether. That is pretty common if I'm not mistaken. So something that is like multiplying Aether damage, and since you're like attacking, you probably want attack speed. That would be okay. You know, like various different things. I don't necessarily think that like you need to find something absolutely insane. Because the weapon itself is not necessarily that great, but it's a good starting weapon. So you probably want like Aether percentages and attack speed maybe. Maybe some stats for yourself, maybe some offensive ability, something like that, yeah. Shouldn't be that difficult to find something that is, you know, okay-ish, let's say. I want to turn this quest in before we do anything else. It's going to be annoying. I feel like it's going to ask me Seal of Bindings. I actually feel like it's going to ask me 3 Seal of Bindings and we don't have them. That's going to be annoying. Alright. There it is. Okay. Yeah, I remember right. I think I said this like time and time again on a couple of videos, but like most of the time you want your HP to be like, you know, 100 times of your level at the very least, if you want to like play safe in this game. So our HP right now is very, very good. it's definitely doable, and our resistances are okay too. As I discussed like at the end of the last part, the questionable stuff right now, it is my offense, defense abilities, and my armor. The armor and the offense defense ability, everything is going to be fixed from the field command. I don't necessarily know how fast we can get there though. We'll see. I'm gonna clear this place. We are going to be playing this in a grindier fashion than just speedrunning, because for good reason, I'm scared of this balance patch. Anything that we do and then die is a time like waste if you think about it, because like I'm barely putting anything into the stash. The first like milestone is going to be is the experience potions. I don't have the experience potions. Getting revered with the Mammoth on your first character would be absolutely insane. So up until that point, like I think the grinding is fine. Should be okay. Yo, what's up, Hens? Welcome back. You're welcome, Roy. Hans, sometime you should check out the new difficulty. Definitely. Wait, why can't I attack? There we go. I have the same issue. It's okay, I'm not going to be playing it like literally every single day. Got a big release happening in 3 days. What are you waiting for? Hope you're gonna enjoy it. Age of Wonders, Planetfall. You have fun, bro. What is this guy? Sister. Oh, that was such a good one. It almost looks as if like she's buffing herself. I don't have a nullification yet. I nullified her to death at the end. A couple of dynamites here and there, some experience and some reputation, I suppose. It's not too bad. Like, we're gaining a little bit of a reputation with the order. We also need to like keep track of the honored stuff, right? It's quite far off for now, though. There has been an update, yes, Jesper. It's not a mod. I don't have any mods right now, guys. Ooh. I think we're going to be like immediately turning back the second that I have a Tonic Seal of Binding, or do I like finish this act and then we go back for that? I mean, hopefully I'm gonna find a single Seal of Binding till then. Like, worst case, we run the back place, I think. That's okay. Which quest line do you guys prefer? The like the Kaiman side or like the Death Vigil side when it comes to just the quests itself, you know? And I suppose like the order of the quests as well, because the Kaiman is asking for the seals first, if I'm not mistaken, which is sometimes very convenient. Yeah, it is, yes, babe. The last patch's changes were like, at the very least, surprising. You know? It was unexpected. Both the difficulty change and the quality of life stuff that they decided to implement, even though for years it has been like not necessarily on the list, yeah, of things to come, yeah. I find any notes inside that place? Oh, I heard a component drop. With the sweet update, 100% full gear. Yo, how's it going, Rag? Regarding the expansions, they're pretty good. I would 100% recommend buying the Forgotten Gods and the Ashes of Malmouth. Yeah, you're gonna need to like buy the Ashes to be able to play the Forgotten, I think. Anyways, they're kind of linked. If you enjoy the main game, like, check out the main game. If you think that you're going to be sinking in time and you're enjoying the game, yeah, it's like a must-buy, basically, the Forgotten Gods and the Ashes. And the Crucible, you know, check the reviews, check like what it's capable of doing, and ask yourself if you would like to like play such a mode. Probably not anytime soon. Like you will most likely like finish the game and stuff first, and then maybe check out the Crucible. Anyways, like yeah. Personally, I don't necessarily play Crucible almost at all, other than sometimes I'm using it or utilizing it to get a couple of extra devotion points at the start of my character. Which is arguably not that necessary anymore. Low-key searching for like the treasure trove. I don't necessarily know the exact treasure trove spawn locations in this base, but just checking left and right. Ah, it's there, I saw it. How many gigas? I have no idea. No clue. If I have to guess, it's not that big though. So it's going to be the Jackal, which unlocks the Behemoth. We need 6 points. That's with the debuff though, right? Yeah, I think he has a mean debuff that's like resist reduction. Yeah, how's it going, Ting? Welcome. You did a full account reset? Yes, I have. I did it like last weekend, I think. And we have a Battlemage going. You kept the recipes, right? Yes. That's again the only thing that I kept. I honestly cannot see myself enjoying deleting the recipes in this game. They're like trophies, sort of. I'm pretty sure I'm still missing some recipes, like I wouldn't be surprised. It's just insane. Yeah, you don't have everything either, right? June. Did you check out the new difficulty, by the way, Manuel? Alright, guys, in the chat and YouTube comments, let me know, like, what you think about the new difficulty. Did you, like, test it out? Did you start a new character? Especially if you have started a new character without, like, twink gear and, like, experience potion in veteran difficulty, you know what I mean? See, like, that. Experience the new start with the new difficulty. Like, how you feel about it. We found the binding. Found a couple of bindings, apparently. I have one extra now. Like, mainly I'm kind of curious if you would think that, like, it is too difficult for a player that is starting Grim Dawn for the first time. Maybe even, like, without the ARPG experience whatsoever, you know what I mean? Like, Grim Dawn is first ARPG. Do you think it would be too difficult for someone like that now? I don't necessarily know the normal difficulty, but veteran certainly is. You didn't try it yet? Playing the Fire Emblem, what did I do with the difficulty? Get good, says Manuel. Yes, that usually helps. Birdbear is saying I played a melee Primal Strike. Border on veteran, no pots. Died a shit ton. Actually, Warder is like quite on the tanky side of things, isn't it? I don't know what to say to you, bro, right? Starting a new character in Ultimate is going to be even harder now? Possibly. I mean, it was already a meme anyways. It wasn't necessarily something that I, you know, recommended at all. Like, the best start before I stopped playing was, oh my god, I'm losing my voice. Yeah, it was something along the lines of, like, starting Acts 1 normal and then collecting devotion shrines, jumping in between way shrines and stuff, and then afterwards waypoints, and then jumping into Elite and, like, completing it. This was, like, the best playthrough that I found. It was just fluid. Excuse me, and it was like balanced for hardcore difficulty as well. Like you were reliably surviving, you know what I mean? It wasn't difficult, but now I would have to guess that, like, it's just deadly after seeing this. Is there any point giving like 1 pointers right now? I don't think so. Elites and bosses overtuned, so I get to like relive my 40-minute epic fights with like Yetis again. Woohoo. You're playing cold, yeah. Somebody in the YouTube comment section was saying after the patch, I'm just waiting for the peasant run. Don't mind me. I don't think like you can do a peasant run anymore. Like it was already incredibly difficult for me to get to where I was. What was it like, level 60 or something? That I died to? I'm 100% sure I would die in like level 15 or something now. I don't know. And the try hard period would start from like, I don't know. From the beginning, I suppose. I don't think I'm looking forward to another peasant run. Definitely not. Birdberry saying I've done like 100 SLT runs and never got a ring. So good luck, I haven't seen like a scythe in like 80 runs either. Is anybody here farmed Alchemist rings? I have, yeah. Puppies. How do you keep your sanity? You open some good music. I mean, if you're streaming, it helps to chat with people. And after a while, it just becomes autopilot. And when it drops, it's actually surprising. But it took me about like a couple of days to complete them, yeah. And I think I was missing the... I want to say I was missing the dread, and I've gotten the anguish like multiple times. That is where it hurts. It's the fact that like, you know, you hit that chance once again, but it's the one that you already had. Pretty much. I found multiple world eaters, I know. You just need to get good, as you were saying. Just quoting you. What's he doing? Zohan's battle plates. Gonna check that out. That's really... My bags are like absolutely full, by the way. It's funny. Because this is it, like... We're pretty much going to be going back to like Sella and return some quests. It was good timing. Was able to carry even, yeah. Series Stan is saying got 2 dreads in like 40 rounds. It's quite lucky in my opinion, isn't it? It's the patch. How's my belt right now? Elemental damage, good resistances, good HP, cunning percentage. Very difficult for me to find a better belt than this. Same could be said for the shoulders as well. My survival is kinda okay. Maybe we can like focus a little bit on finding damage upgrades. Let's sell the pistols immediately. There's some very defensive pants here. Defensive ability resistance, good armor, 7% HP. I think my pants are better. Of the vitality. The cold damage and the frostbite damage on this thing is like double than mine. Cooldown reduction is very good. There's a little bit of like offensive ability even. No need to check further. This is definite upgrade for me. Very good. %4 all damage. Still using that poison resistance one. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not gonna change it for that guy. Okay, the set. Or I forget about it. We need to take the soul stone out. Cold stone even. Soul stone? Could always kill the cold priest in the foggy bank for his tome. At what level it starts dropping? Hands, do you know for sure? On my last playthrough when I was like fresh starting with Trozans, I actually like killed him a couple of times and it wasn't there, and then I said to myself like I'm just gonna farm it when I'm higher level, like I don't necessarily need it right now, let's say. So I stopped. So I'm kinda scared of like wasting time because of this. Like I think I ran it like 4 or 5 times and it didn't drop, so on the early levels. Hey, look, we found something interesting. No, it's a fake one. I thought this was going to be the necklace that I keep on my accounts that is giving like +1. It looks like it is the same icon, but it's definitely not the necklace that I want, yeah. I got scammed again. Let's go give the seals to the Brotherhood. Like the mid-30s, I think. The lowest is like level 28. What the hell? Maybe I was just like incredibly unlucky then. So yeah, there was also like somebody else that was asking for the MI for Trozan. Where it is. It's on that under passage in like Act 1. The foggy bank right over there. You know, like when you're crossing the bridge. Oh, there's an passage underneath. It's over there. There's a dynamite place that you can break and a priest is in there. It's quite higher level than you usually. It's not the hardest thing to take down. Stan is saying, I just checked at the lowest level, it's 24. Does it also like mention the drop rates or? We could definitely, I'm willing to check it out. Let's do this quest and afterwards I'll go check it out. At the very least I can do a run. So that like since we spoke about it, we can show where it is too. It's fine. I have the dynamite, don't I? Worst case we can craft them now that we're in Homestead anyways, so. Some sort of like a reflector. Battlemage must be the new YouTube series. Yeah. Ouch. That was far enough. But that was far enough again. I don't want to die like this, please. I think it's up right now. There are many things like these, you know, before it was sort of like lackluster, which could probably be said. It didn't necessarily like matter how difficult, or I say like the tactics, the strategy behind the boss, or like its animations, because like it was too easy to just not care about it. Okay, yeah, I have some space we just like cleaned up, so let's go to the flooded passage. I wouldn't be surprised, like a side guy like that I'm like not necessarily taking so seriously. It just destroys me, you know. To what level this place scales? Level 14 right now. Yeah, this is the place, you guys. 3 dynamites is the price you need to pay to access the priest. And this place scales high, so be careful, man. That? Not really. It's a one-shot chest at the back. That's nice. Coming in waves. How's it going, Boo? Welcome, dude. So with the last patch, can we play without the internals? Now, internals is still capable of adding quite a lot of information and even a little bit more quality of life, such as like the potions stacking up higher than 100. There's the information with like the DPS, even what sort of DPS you're dealing. There's quite a bit more. Like some people, they don't necessarily end up like you know, liking these HP bars. You can like edit them on Grim Internals and stuff, but honestly, I'll take this patch. That one shot was very underwhelming, I want to say. Onion Thread Sash. Can we actually use that for like some counter resistance? I don't think so. That's literally the only thing that we get from that. Vexalis, they're saying, reset is cool, Malagant, but why a battle meme though? I don't know, I played the others. I was thinking like, especially with this balance patch, I was thinking I would like to have something that's going to build up to being strong, you know, like the Krieg set. But I have already made like a DK playthrough. I don't necessarily even like enjoy playing the DK so much. So I was saying let's just go for the Battlemage then, because Battlemage can utilize the Krieg set very well as well, you know. That's how I ended up. I didn't necessarily like think too much about it though. It's not as if I was like, holy shit, I want to play a Battlemage, you know? I think it's a good starter. It's a very good starter. We'll see if it's going to be enough to survive the hardcore. Seems to be cold guy. We gotta check our freeze resistance here. %. Now 3 Horfrost potions, worst case. Did we get it, by the way? I didn't even pay attention. Sorry, I didn't pay attention, but we didn't get it. It looks like a book and it's not there, so... Maybe this one? Let's wait in. Manuel is saying, I'm selling Mind Dwarf for 200 blooms. Special price for you, my friend. The blessed thought. Okay, you want it, Hans? Okay, we're done with this, guys. So if you would like to, at this point, you can come back to this. According to my stream chat, the lowest level that you can drop this is about like level 28 or something. So what it does is basically it kind of closes the distance between the Trozan Sky Shards here. So you have like 3 of them. It kind of gets them, you know, makes them closer to each other, I think. Maybe even reduces the cooldown as well. So it's like a big one. So you're like guaranteeing the shotgun, and at the same time you're reducing the cooldown, so you end up like spamming it a lot more often too. It's pretty big. But I think we're gonna get this on this character as well, but later on. I'll try it now. But like level 70 should be fine. 70, maybe 75, we'll see. Let's give this quest back once again, guys. What type of damage are you going for? I started Oathkeeper and used the shield. What subclass should I like rock up to ultimate? I think like damage type, as Wordbearer is asking you, is like a good question. If you're already using like physical, you can check out the other physical options, right? All about to transmog, gotta burn the heretics. Oh, I thought I had one more. Let's start Act 4. I think fire for leveling and then transition to acid. Like your acid options are not that many, right? You could be like a sentinel, I suppose. You could be like a dervish, I suppose. Maybe even the Necromancer edition, I think, is a good one. Not sure. But yeah, leveling up with like fire's might, fire damage. It's definitely legit. I don't necessarily know like how good it is right now with the new patch, but I'm guessing you just need to commit a little bit harder, that's all. So it will take a little bit longer time, but it should still be up there. But if you would like to continue fire, like, check out the shield breaker, the demolitionist. Especially with the new thermite mines, it should be insane. Apparently, guys, the new thermite mines are like instant. You know what I mean? You press somewhere and you get it. It's absolutely insane compared to before. We should definitely check that sometime. Yeah, this game's gonna take a while for me to kill, huh? The gold ones next to it doesn't take any damage. What is this? Yeah, we're good. This was for nothing too. Feels bad. A Revenant's Edge. The two-handed cold and... I mean, we cannot change the MI that I'm using. Thanks to this MI, we're like full cold right now. It's... I think it wouldn't be smart. What's my Aether resistance, you guys? 67%. That's actually quite a bit. By the way, Mala, you could unequip your weapon for the high resistance cold monsters. That is a very, very interesting suggestion. I think it's a good idea. I think it's a very good idea, actually. Thank you, Manu. I'll do it for like the cold bosses and stuff. I don't think I'm gonna do it for like places like this. Even though like the Yetis around me are still quite a bit resistant, like I think it should be okay. Yes, Ting, by the way. Just read your message. That is it, but I think the first goal is the experience potions, bro. Like, right now I'm feeling okay, but the game's start was legitimately a lot more difficult than before. If you're curious about it, the VOD is on YouTube. It's my recent video. It's proper, it's proper struggle, let's say. No, hence because the struggle in Titan Quest is more like the slowness as well. In this game, it's not necessarily feeling that slow, but at the same time, I think the struggle also came from the fact that like I chose an Arcanist. We were also talking about this, like you know, think about the Arcanist start, especially my start. I'm going for first the Flash Freeze, maybe even max out, and then go for Trozan Sky Shard, right? That's like a couple of levels into it. So I have to like kill monsters manually with like stupid stuff, and that was difficult. But if you have like Word of Pain on the first bar, you know what I mean? You can just like put a couple of points into Word of Pain and it will just one-shot everything. Maybe it will still be okay. Grasp with 5 months, by the way. Thank you very much for that, dude. Really appreciate it. Thanks for the reset. If I can charge this. Oh, let's kill this back. It's fine. Would it be easier to level with Force Fade to start a Soldier if I'm going the Battlemage? Whichever you prefer. It could be easier for the fact that like Soldier could end up being a little bit, you know, more defensive, and at the same time it might be something that you're more comfortable playing. There are definitely things like that for everyone, you know. Not everyone is comfortable playing Nightblade start, for instance, or same could be said like Summoner starts. So if you think you're going to be more comfortable like with the Force Fade playthrough, by all means, like why not? Definitely. Physical Force Fade. And you could get like the utility from the Arcanist, which Arcanist is like an incredible support class. So this guy's annoying, man. What's he doing? Nice. So I think it's like kind of up to you. Both would be incredibly good. I really enjoy Arcanist, so this was mine. I have like one devotion point, but like it's absolutely worthless to put. Behemoth's first point is just very underwhelming, man. Always. I'm gonna open a portal here, guys. I'll come back. If I can like manage to open it. There we go. Actually, it took me like 10 seconds to open a portal there. Not like this. Didn't say Nightblade start was a little rough last time I did it, but eventually got going good. It's going to be a melee tank and spank in the end. This is just like a leveling Arcanist play style. It's efficient and safe. Yeah, it's also like easier to build up. Like making the same play style that you would like to make at the very end from the start is almost impossible when you're going for something like this. Almost impossible because, you know, we want to be dealing like, for instance, Aether damage. Like, how do you even deal Aether damage from level 1, you know what I mean? Or let's say 15. There's a lot of complications like this. You really don't want to be doing. Somebody could, you know, say, well, you could deal physical damage. Yeah, you could, but then again, like, even in that case, like, Cadence wouldn't be the best thing to level up with. It's extremely questionable. And then you're not necessarily getting the support that you are from Arcanist in that case. Like, you would much rather pick something else in that case, right? You're subpar. So yeah, it's much more efficient, as Hans is saying. You use a gun and shoot tendrils. I mean, that would work too, I suppose. Do you guys like the guns in this game? Like the pistol playthroughs or like rifle playthroughs? And are you as triggered as I am for the fact that there are no bows in this game? And the first guy says there are crossbows in this chat, I swear to God I'm banning you. Manuel is saying I want bows as well. Hans is like, I want javelins. The spears in Titan Quest was kind of cool, yeah. The attack animation, the way that like you were running around with it. For whatever reason, like RPGs a little bit more than ARPGs, but for me, guys, it is very important, like the attack animation of the character that I'm playing. Like, this is gonna probably sound stupid, but I play a lot more, and I like the character more if I like the animations of the character. Like, instead of a crossbow like this, right? Can you see? Okay, crossbow is like this, put, and then you have like a bow going like this, right? Like, that animation, the bow's animation, is just like making me like the character more, and therefore pushes me to optimize it more, play it more seriously. It's weird, but that is the case for me. But as I said, like RPGs more than ARPGs. I think I care about the animations a lot more in the RPGs. Yeah, on my third-person point of view, like close up like this, you know what I mean? Like Witcher and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, I'm kind of considering this belt. It's about the same as mine. This one's like mighty instead of shroons. Shrewd even. Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna set it. I do have a question. How are we doing with the rowers? It's absolutely terrible, isn't it? We might actually need to run the Steps of Torment twice or something, this playthrough, so that like we can get to Honored with the rowers. I would like to complete that quest. I wouldn't mind, like, as I said, slow grinding on this character anyways, so not rushing at all. Like, this is fine. As long as I manage to like keep strong, stay strong, it's okay for me. I think right now we're in okay state. Can go down from here, right? I think this was the first time I've ever climbed there. Knight was saying, I mean, Grim Dawn has awful animations. Compared to some newer stuff, that might be correct. Definitely. Even though, like, some of the spell animations, like the FXs, have been improved quite a bit, like, compared to before. Dialmore is asking how am I liking the changes to the Arcanist passives. I think it is good. Like, I like the fact that this thing is giving the conversion now, not that thing, so you don't lose anything for putting points into this, and you're getting like elemental percentage from this as well. This entire line is very important now. You don't necessarily need to like skip anything at all. It's very interesting, especially if you're playing elemental. And I like that like the damage penalty is removed from Maven as well. It's very big in my opinion, yeah. I'd say like overall buff for the Arcanist. It is very difficult to tell like what Arcanist is actually missing. I said this like on my early award, but like obviously it is hands down missing the resist reduction, but at this point like putting a resist reduction to especially a minus version that stacks with the others, it would be very hard to balance, I am guessing. And Fate is usually pretty obsessed with like how things are balanced, even though this is a single player game, because they're like pretty heavy on like the nerf hammer and stuff. You can definitely see that they don't necessarily, you know, want to have characters that are over the top, for sure, time and time again. this pack? What is this? Let's check the left side. I actually didn't enter that hidden room. Maybe I want to go back. I cannot see it from here. I don't know. Is there like a lot of monsters? Nah, it's almost empty. It's okay. I was gonna go back if there were like a very big pack. The hamster ball doesn't nerf the damage anymore? No. No, it doesn't. It came in like 2 waves. First it became like 5%, I think, static. So it wasn't having that like increment effect as you put more points into it and then reduce again in the ultimate levels. Now there's no penalty at all. Nate, I will be using something like a Krieg's DK. It's going to be Battlemage in this case then. So instead of the Necromancer, you put Arcanist in there. So it is much more offensive, less resist reduction, right? Tad bit less. And much more offensive, yeah. Flat damage, and we obviously have like another exclusive aura right over here. That's the character it's going to be. But I don't have it set yet. I can definitely turn back and look at my old Battlemage that was like a couple of years back, but I'll most likely be changing some stuff because like I was playing different to then. Dalmore is saying massive glass cannon. I got my wife to play with me. It is the first game she's played on the PC. She chose Arcanist because she wanted to cast spells. Didn't know how powerful Nullification was prior to learning the class for her and having to explain things. Nullification is very important, Sam. It's extremely cool. I recently learned that like some bosses are actually, like I was thinking literally you were able to like literally dispel everything, which is obviously like offsetting the fact that Nullification is just incredibly powerful. I'm quite scared of this boss. This is like an interesting guy. Anyways, like apparently some of the boss, you know, mechanics or like spells, they're not necessarily dispellable at all, you know, even though they're auras or like buffs. So that kind of made me sad. All these times that I like use the Nullification, I'm like, hey, I got you. Like for instance the enrage of char at the end of Bastion of Chaos. Apparently it stays. You cannot dispel that. Does make sense, man. How are we doing with the reputations, guys? Like, is anything getting closer to like honor? That's all, not necessarily. Extremely questionable, actually. I'll deal with the witch. This right here is an item that I would like to use. We're using like a partial version of it right there. 1 out of 4, in fact. Should pay attention, like, as we get more, I'll put on top of that. I'll defy Reeve here, I think. So, we require a tainted brain matter. I'm guessing, like, we have one in the bank. I really hope so, at least. It's an expensive quest, but it's a good quest line. Very expensive quest for a first character like this. This is level 44 right now, this guy. Malagant. That was a terrible reward for killing you. Kind of curious, like, there's this ogre that we can kill in the space. The Baron's music, yeah. You're going to be checking out the classic? I'll be checking out the classic. I think I'm actually considering to even open a, like, create a guild. Yo, hop into our Discord, guys. Can somebody write exclamation Discord in the chat, please? And if you're watching this from YouTube, you can find the Discord invitation in the comment, in the description below, yeah. Cheers. I actually don't know the spawn points of this big troll in this place. I kind of want to check him out, like how difficult he is. It's definitely not the guy that we killed. I want to see his HP. Probably we're not supposed to be getting hit by him, but... Oh, it is right there. Okay. What's his name even? Baelgor. Yeah, Baelgor. Okay. Please mercy. He gave me an ancient heart, man. This was definitely worth it. Does he have some sort of like a lore note or something somewhere? Hoarder Alliance. I'm thinking about the Alliance. What do you think? No lore notes, huh? Yeah, I mean, he was just like a tank. Wasn't really difficult. Just took me a while. For Magnum is there saying, what is that giant cold burst? It's the flash freeze, yeah. This ability right here. Excuse me? And it's incredibly strong once you have like 12 points into it, and if you are scaling either elemental or cold damage, it's incredibly strong. It's very good at screen clear, yeah. And like, it will never be relevant versus like, you know, single target stuff, but that's not the point of like taking it anyways. And if you can like scale enough cold damage, all damage, elemental damage, etc., maybe even like frostburn, this thing actually is like quite relevant even in ultimate difficulty. When it comes to like screen clearing, you know, definitely you do need quite a bit of support though. Okay, so this guy was about like bleed, I think. Bleed and pierce, maybe? Oh, they changed how he looks. I'm gonna dispel this, I'm kinda scared. Gonna use immunity, I failed with that again. It's very hard to dodge that. And for some reason it's very difficult for me to dodge that. Too fast projectiles. If your bleed resistance is very low, I think like you kind of take a lot of damage from that bleed burst. Okay, so we have like 2 points into it. Now we could take it. Health regen and 300 HP on Behemoth. We need like 4 more points. Then we can take like 3 points back. It's gonna be nice. Immortal is there as well. I'm saying I never think. I think too much. Friendly with the outcast. And now is the time. Yeah, I think we're going to be running maybe like 2 steps of torments. See like how it's gonna end up. Let's put like everything into the bank, okay? Like I don't necessarily know how difficult the steps of torment is going to be. Don't really know. Let's put that one into the bank as well. Some elemental damage, offensive ability, I right click by mistake, elemental resistance as well. Not really, mine is much better actually, even the armor is much better. The veterancy. Or health regen, guys. Joke aside though, like I need 2 more levels. Then we start taking points into the field command, and field command is insane. Especially for me right now. Hands down. Okay. Those. Maybe we'll need a dynamite, who knows. Let's get like 3 of them with me. I do have the whole frost ointments. It's kind of sad I don't have any other Mark of Illusions. I shouldn't have put that there, I suppose. What's the difference in between? Quite big. It's okay. My necklace is actually like very bad. Like I don't know, maybe we should craft like a random necklace or something and see like what we end up with. Can we end up with something good? Is there such a thing? We could end up with something like good multipliers or something. 5% HP armor and that's it. What's his like? Wow. The 6% all damage barrage. That's not it. I'm not gonna spend like all my scrap right now. That's okay. So I made my peace. Let's go to Steps of Torments. Are we gonna insert the death room? Yeah, for sure. For sure, man, for sure. This sounds like the cow music. It's entirely possible. This sounds like I don't know. Like Razor Fan Downs or something. Thank you for the follows. Thanks for being there as well. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream, man. I run this. Don't forget like there's this chest over here that you could open. Sapphire band. I want to check that out. Terrible. I think I run this, then I'll make myself a coffee. Lots of coffee. My Trozan is sitting in the wrong place. I wonder like if it would be possible for Krieg to like fix that. If they fix that, I suppose Alexander one-shots them. How do you even take that? Oh, I see, there's stairs. Yo, it's going good, Barry, by the way. How's it going with you? Hi. Just about to enter the steps of Torment Run with this guy. Freshstart. Quite scared. Oh, I just clicked outside my window. Isn't like Grimdome supposed to be locking my cursor in? Maybe there's no such option. What if I play on full screen? Hey, look at this. It's on the first location. Okay. Rank is there as well, saying, hey Walla, do you ever check the dungeon modifiers? Yes, but in like ultimate difficulty. Like this one, right? Poisonous one right now. I do remember checking them. But for the most part, I think like SR, you know, Shattered Realm, and Crucible. On those, like 100%. But in these runs, like, maybe not. Not so much. Didn't even think about it in this run, for instance. Not gonna lie. The worst one is probably the health, like less health one, right? It's like, which one is the most dangerous one? I think some of them actually like requires a rework. Like in my opinion, some of them are like stupidly strong compared to the others. Like crit damage one is like stupidly strong, definitely. And the health reduction, of course, for me. Chill hard. Let's try manual stack tech here. What did I do? Okay. think triple one even almost. Do you play with Grim Tools or Original? You mean Grim Internals, maybe? I used to play with Grim Internals. Now I don't find it necessary anymore that much. I would have liked to have the DPS counters for when I get to like level 100 so that like I can see how my character is doing, but I think I'm just gonna shy away from it. It's okay. It's not the biggest deal. So this is like normal without mods, if that is what you're asking. It adds some cool elements which I like sometimes. I think it could have been like a little bit more flavored, don't you think? I would have preferred, like, instead of, you know, reducing your vitality resistance or whatever and giving them more poison damage or something, I would have preferred, like, the dungeon consists of more caster monsters, for instance. You know what I mean? And in return, you gain 10% more iron bits. Stuff like this, like, adds a little bit more flavor to the game instead of just, like, minus 8% vitality resistance to you. Like, who cares? You know? That doesn't annoy you, but that doesn't necessarily feel like you're accomplishing anything. It's not like you're giving you any more incentive, extra incentive, I should say, to run that dungeon either. You know, there should be like cooler stuff. There could definitely be cooler stuff. I think Path of Exile does that very good when it comes to like map mods. The weapon back. We're gonna have one of the sweatier fights in this place soon. Get me out of there. my Trozan is hitting like the ceiling over there. Lost Revenants. I mean, what's the worst thing that could happen, right, guys? Let's go. Which one is this guy? Eladar. I actually need to like open my aura again. Here we go. Stack all. So far so good, man. So this is pretty good. Let's take Elemental Exchange with Behemoth. We have like the first passive proc. What does this do is like, it's an okay-ish, you know, sustain. It gives me a little bit of like life over 5 seconds. About like 400 life and 8% of my life combined over 5 seconds. And I think this one like is capable of, especially like the part that you read, like health regenerated per second is like 40 plus. That is capable of like being scaled by the health regen percentage. If he gets anything from somewhere, something like this would have been able to like scale it, for instance. I'll put like 1 point into it at the end, but not more. I didn't really check like if the one-shot chest was here. Yeah, it is here. Nice. 42. Wait, didn't I log in like 36 or something? We're actually leveling up quite fast. It's not too bad. For the speed that I'm playing, at least. Guys, one more level. Give me the field command. Why did you unequip your weapon? We were fighting a cold guy. I am full cold right now. I was not able to DPS him properly because I don't have much resist reduction. If I unequip my weapon, my Trozan becomes cold and lightning half and half. Normally. Right now it's not half and half at all because like I don't have points into the lightning stuff. So it still is very underwhelming for me. Is the buffed up veteran XP? It is possible, yeah. Guys, 10% extra multiplicative veteran experience now. Is a very good change. In my opinion, not enough. Like it could have been... Okay, first of all, I believe that like veteran should be an option. Elite should be removed. Veteran should be an option for you know, normal difficulty still. And then ultimate should be, you know, where the actual game starts with progression and very difficulty and a lot more rewarding. And yeah, I think there should be a little bit more incentive to kill everything after level 100. So there should be some sort of like an experience going on. Your character is technically still gaining experience, so that shouldn't be hard to fix. But I don't necessarily know what I exactly want. Like I don't necessarily want Paragon levels, for instance. Not necessarily. There's something else, something just like the flavors that we talked about, like the dungeons. Maybe a little bit of reputation boost, maybe a little bit of like legendary boost, maybe a free conversion when you level up. A free conversion you don't necessarily need to convert with like blooms or something. I don't know. It could be done in various different things. But that said, like you remove the elites, you level up in the normal or veteran, and then afterwards you jump into the ultimate difficulty whenever you feel like you could for the ultimate progression. I think it would be the better place for Grim Dawn. And I think it could be done now, actually, with the recent changes that they made. With how like the monsters are scaling and stuff. Look at the fire on the ground. I think that's just the animation of the Black Water Cocktail now. Oh my god, this guy is destroying me. Somebody just healed you, didn't they? How annoying. Alright, you and me, dude. Wait up. Yeah, I want to pull him out a little bit. Hopefully he's not gonna heal. Nice. Can you imagine him summoning a priest right now and getting back to full HP? I am really wondering how is the Alchemist fight is gonna feel after fighting this guy. Trust me when I say this, my DPS is good. Even though it doesn't look like that. I know it is good. What was he carrying? This guy? No. What does Artisan has? It's an offend, isn't it, guys? Don't tell me he didn't even have an MI and he was this tanky. No way. That is quite embarrassing, actually, if that is the case. Yo, what's up, Mohan? Welcome. Mother, this is just veteran now. But I don't want to die to Alchemist. Open the gates! My DPS is good, trust me, in quotations. Yeah, it is the Vi's Might in Blackpool to Cocktail book, yeah. I remember it too. Thanks, Rectal. Someone is calling up a priest and getting healed. I mean, if I don't know if he can like summon a priest, but the priests are capable of healing. Yes. I just don't know if he is capable of summoning a priest. Maybe it is like random skeletons that aren't being summoned, or yeah. You see that priest over there? This guy sometimes is the MVP. This guy right next to me. Let's leave this guy. Tanky. The death room. It is gonna be interesting too. Halwraith. Am I hearing people summon? I mean, spawn? Get out of my game! Do you know any good AoE for like cold and devotions? Very first levels, this is not too bad anymore. It's Tsunami, it's fun to play. Later on, not necessarily, you should remove it. Later on, I think like this is very good, the Blizzard. It's very easy to like build up to. I don't necessarily know like if I like the entire thing, but like 4 points into it is very valuable. And like obviously the resist reduction ones, right? Elemental Storm and the Rumor. Most likely. This is a very good devotion as well. This right over here, the Whirlpool. But I don't like the purple build up. Like 13 points into purple is a little bit questionable in my opinion. Wish me luck here, guys. Because I will need it. This was the easy first wave. What do we have here? Skeletal Knights, Senna. So far so good, man. And Ebras. Chill Hearts, that's the problem. Let's get everything else but him. There's something over there that I didn't see. It's Death Revenants. Guys, wasn't there a button in Grim Dawn as well to like hide the loot or something? What was the default key binding for hiding the loot? I actually don't remember right now. Okay, thanks. The Death Revenant was extremely tanky as well. Alright. I think it was rather easy. We were on the lucky side of things. It's like 6 epics. Nothing usable though. And amulets. That is interesting. Because level 50, but this is definitely an upgrade for me. Yeah, for sure. I'll use this over the 300 HP that I have. It's okay. Let's get out of this place. Sometimes that room is like incredibly rewarding in ultimate difficulty, right? You get in there and like you get out with like 3 legendaries. it does happen. It feels so good when it does. Bush is there. I really want to play Elemental Force Wave Battlemage, but I'm absolutely terrible at making builds, especially devotions. You don't necessarily need to do it from scratch. You could find a good build that is already proven to be strong, and then you can change it a little bit to your liking. That way you will also get better at making builds, because you will understand like what they tried to do. Or at the same time, like, feel free to make something from the scratch, link it into my chat, and people will most likely like comment on it. That would work too. Getting the feedback is definitely nice. Elemental Force Wave. Did I play Elemental? I did play the Elemental Force Wave, right? Was it a Battlemage? I think it was a tactician, my Elemental Force Wave. It died to... I mean, what am I saying, right? Obviously it died to Alexander. Who else? The Arcanist build, Grodosh is there saying, hello everyone, I just began to play Grimdawn 3 days ago now. I would like to know what is the best way to level my hero. I'm like level 65 and the last quests I finished were like in Malmouth. Where do I have to go now? If you have the Forgotten Gods, you can start the Forgotten Gods. I mean, assuming you haven't done it yet. But yeah, once you finish like everything that is available to you, you switch difficulties basically. There's a next difficulty that's gonna start over, but it will be much more rewarding. Both for experience, difficulty will be obviously higher too, but you will start getting like more legendaries and more epic items. So it increases like the job rates as well. If you have played, Diablo 2, the old Path of Exile style, also 3 difficulty wide, it's pretty much like that. Welcome to the stream, also Grodish. Do you have to build around certain items when making a build? You don't have to. No. But sometimes it's a good idea to do so. Like, I don't know. This is very open-ended question. So I could just give an example of the guy that I am playing right now, right? We are playing something Trozan Sky Shard, and naturally it is dealing cold and lightning damage. But thanks to this item right over here, it is only cold. And when it is only cold, that means I don't necessarily need to focus on lightning damage scalers anymore at all. You know, I can just focus on 1 damage type, which is just cold, and then 1 damage resist reduction, which is just cold. So much easier to build and play around. You know what I mean? Much more simpler. Yeah, you can easily get that item. There's stuff like this in this game, thanks to MISA. Most of the time in Grimdawn, like, unless you're being supported by like a massive legendary set or something like that, like it's not the greatest idea to have different damage types going together in a build. Most of the time, yeah. There are definitely exceptions, especially like elemental combinations, and maybe something along the lines of like acid and vitality sometimes. And there could be like some exceptions for sure. But most of the time they're being supported by like legendary sets, so reliably getting to those, not possible. My god, they're tanking now. What are we gonna do against Alchemos? It's going to be quite a sweaty fight in my opinion. What's my pierce resistance? Even the guy over here is going to be quite sweaty in my opinion. Let's see if this is trapped. Not this time. Sometimes this chest is trapped and there's like a couple of elites spawning with it. Oh god, by the way, I didn't mention this, but it is entirely possible for us to like find an upgrade for the weapon in this place. The Spectral Bludgeon. Couldn't find it yet, but in the 2 runs that I'm gonna do, I'll most likely find one. It's gonna be nice. Is that Valavan? Yeah. Guys, I think I would have preferred, instead of the numbers, or maybe like the numbers can stay, you know, it could be optional just now, but like I would have preferred to have like actual nameplates as well on top of the enemies, you know, to see the elites' names. Like I would have liked to see that I'm fighting Valavan right at that point, yeah. I did like that quite a bit from Grim Internals. Bring it on. I'm gonna keep him downstairs. Frost Revenant. You know what, man? I think I'm done with him. Flame Revenants. I don't know, maybe we can like collect all of that together. So that is the big level that I have been waiting for, simply because like the field commander is capable of giving me armor, defense, and offense, and I believe like those are the stats that I'm missing on this guy. So that's going to be pretty big for me. I mean, obviously it's like very little, like 10% armor increase with like 20 on the other two, but it's gonna help. I think after this we're gonna go for this is quite good. Or we could also focus on the War Cry. I'm not sure yet. How can you do the second if you die in the first one? Hopefully we're not gonna die in the first one. Puppies was saying at this point Grim Dawn would probably be in a better place with just 2 difficulties. Grotish, by the way, check out my YouTube as well. There are a couple of like leveling videos there. Including builds in their descriptions. So you can see like my pathing and stuff as well if you would like to. I just like get myself stuck. No, we're okay. Spell this guy. This is very risky right now. Wonder if I can get like one more level before Alchemist. No way, right? Ouch. It's the short way that is open, but we're gonna clear the entire thing. Not only because of the weapon. We'll check the NPC that is like selling the weapons too. Even though it is extremely expensive if you buy it from him. But if there's a great one, like I would buy it, I think. Feels this, they're saying, hey my skills are absorbing. Did you do that? No, my wife did it. Is that it, by the way? I think that's it, actually, somehow. I do want to loot that, but... Lost one. One more run should actually fix this. It's not too bad. Yo, what's up here? How's it going, buddy? Hey man, Score, welcome dude. Can you imagine how good it would be if the devs added a button to like transfer all the components in your inventory to the stash at once? Yeah, it would be nice. Alternatively, that could be a crafting bag, apart from like the stash and the inventory. That's every single crafting and quest item going into that place. Automatically stacking up like achievements or something. That'd be good too. Like a currency tab, basically. It's the Aether guy, isn't it? Did you guys ever get one shot by these monstrosities? They do have a mean slam. I don't really know like if I would get one shot, but oh my god, there's another Frost Revenant. I hate you. Oh shit, he was alive. I didn't realize. But I killed him. That's fine. That road is going to be blocked. So check like underneath as well, the downstairs. A weird freeze. I'm gonna definitely need to play with a Horfrost element versus Alchemist. We cannot get frozen. Upset to no way. And what's my defensive ability? I would have liked to hit this level, but I don't think there's enough monsters remaining in the space for me to gain the level, because like it's effectively giving me quite a lot of defensive ability. Level that is. Even 50 defensive ability would make a big difference here. I don't think we're gonna gain that much from a level, but yeah. Vengeful Wraith. Single guy there. Yeah, that is it. There's no more experience remaining in the space. My sources that I theory crafted yesterday was 9.4k HP at level 100. This is fine. So we have multiple available here. Did I end up like finding any on the ground? Not necessarily. They're about like 26k. But look at the damage difference. Spell weaving and superior. A chilled spell weaving. Didn't do it. It's the conversion. And then there's a poison spell weaving on. This one isn't too bad, you guys. Like, what do you think? Should I spend 26k? Good Frostburn. Better cold. I probably should, huh? No. Okay. I feel like it's entirely possible for me to find an upgrade even over this one. We'll see. So we're going against Alchemist, like almost 6,000 HP. 1.2k there. Has someone killed crates in hardcore? I don't know. You could probably make a character around that guy specifically. It's gonna be like single target and mobile. I didn't bother at all. So yeah, this should be more than enough. This guy is resistant to cold even, isn't he? Oh my god, we're in for a ride here. It's like Stranglethorn Valley. I think so, right? I'm gonna say my like immunity and my burst to his last percentages. I'm pretty sure he gets enraged at the end. Killing panthers and raptors. What the fuck was that Trozan, man? We did it, you guys. So we're gonna run this like one more time. Let me check my reputation with the robberies, right? It's like more than halfway now. We're missing like 2.2k. We should be able to get it, honestly. Just running this one more time. I might not be able to carry everything here. Hulking leg guards. Yeah, I'm already full actually. Let me see if there's like anything I'd like to throw away. Maybe like the shields. Grab these instead. Alright, I'll pick up the shield again, it's fine. Mala made me replay my level 36 Battlemage. Let's go for a hunt. Maybe there's going to be like a elite pack here. Hold up. Got trapped in between skillies. I want to clean my bags. We clean the bags. go one more time. But before that, is there like a boar pack somewhere here? Because we didn't like find any so far. It's no boar pack. Oh well. He's bad. Can't I sell it right next to an Astaria? Oops. Rank is saying, I keep thinking those poor skeletons, centuries of being buried, getting out of the ground just to get hit on the head with an ice shard. Markovian's advantage. We have a new weapon that we need to start using. Cold frostburn damage with offensive ability and chaos resistance. I'll say the signature to Runefather is about the same as this now. I'm gonna keep the signature to Runefather, it's fine. It's not worth the change. It's okay. It's entirely possible that like we end up finding better boots and better pants sometime soon. Natty. But not these things. We have a necklace for like level 50, that's like 6 level away. No. Cows and Pierce. Yeah, somebody might be thinking like, why aren't you, putting some stuff to the bank? You have like a fresh account. Like, what do you save in that case? Like, it's all about the progression. I feel like I'm not going to be struggling with a character at this point into the game, so there's almost no point for me to keep items for this level. Like, I'll be okay with what I find for the most part, I think. Especially if we can get to like, experience potions. It will be just like a fast transition. It would be almost like a waste of time to sit in the bank and like check out what I can use at level 50. Just never mind that. Just keep on running. That is mostly the goal, yeah. Unless much has changed. There are a couple of items that are like incredibly good for leveling. There's like a necklace that's giving +1 to, both like all skills or whatever. That's incredible, obviously, like not so much for every single character out there, but for most. Especially if you're like combining many skills. Okay, let's start using this new mace. Manuel is saying, I have 500 armor at level 83. Are you still using the Lokar set or without the Lokar set even? This is the wrong one. Oh, with Lokar. Okay, that explains. That's okay. That's actually not that bad with Lokar set. I was able to get to like 1000 armor with Lokar set, but like then again, like if the enemy's hit lands on the chest, which is usually the case, I don't necessarily know like what happens. YouTube, I think this is going to be the end of this part, in fact. Like, I'm gonna go make myself some coffee. And in the next part, I think we're gonna do another Steps of Torment run, for sure. Like, one more Steps of Torment run, get honored with the Rowies, our, like, first honored faction. It's gonna be nice. Thanks for watching, I really hope you enjoyed it. Press the like, and I'll see you next time.